So in this video, I will be, putting forward a hunter build, which I think is the best for PvP. But before I start, I was just gonna say that I am not a PvP master. I am not the best PvP player ever in existence, and this build I have made just by watching other people's videos and seeing what they use and seeing what stuff they use in them, like what other stuff I've used and put it together and made, like, in theory the best build, and also practice I think is pretty good. And it has a lot of potential, and if you're a really good PvP player, this is probably the best build that you can do, in my opinion. So here's the build. So as you can see, it is look. It is probably a scummy build. This build has multiple points of it where you can make it as scummy as you want. You can make it a. This build is made towards, and I made this towards Mighty Multi-Tool. Obviously, as you can see, with the higher mobility. So it's going to be really scummy. People are probably going to hate you for using this build, but who really cares? So let's start us off with the primary. So the primary I like to use is the Mighty Multi-Tool, or I would like to use the Time Worn Spire. I usually use a Mighty Multi-Tool for maps that have like longer ranges, because that's probably the best. Mighty Multi-Tool is probably the best at, and it's pretty good at medium ranges, and decent, not really at close ranges. So I just use that. But if it's a map that's more towards medium to close ranges, I like to use the Time Worn Spire because it's pretty good at that. And yeah, that's the whole reasoning. But the reasoning these two weapons are really good with this build is because the high mobility, and high mobility is it is really good for these kind of weapons, especially pulse rifles. Is because you can dip out of the corners, and that's how these weapons are made. Like pulse rifles especially, they're made for you dipping in and out of corners and doing a little bit of damage and going back in, or moving side to side trying to get so your enemy have less and less opportunity to actually get bullets on you. Yeah, that's the way you should be using pulse rifles. So that's why I've made build with max mobility, and it's just really easy to do with the hunter. So that's why I've chosen hunter to do it, and also the hunter, because when you sacrifice mobility, you usually have to sacrifice recovery. So that means for this one perk here, where is it? Where is it? Recharge dodge abilities. One of these ones. One of these where basically I don't know which one it is because I'm too lazy to look, and I'm not gonna waste time that much. One of the abilities that when you take damage, the more damage you take, the more quicker your grenades are going to recharge. So that means if you are, or have is like one health, that means your grenade's going to charge really fast. That means you're going to get your grenade instantly, and that's one good thing about this build, is that you have like pretty much this infinite amount of grenades. You just have grenades all the time, and you use it to take them out. And because this build has one of the subclass has like arc bolt grenades, which are pretty overpowered. You can literally just smell through people. So that's also why I've matched arc strider with this build, because it's low recovery, and because I want to have high mobility, but because I have high mobility on hunter, I have low recovery, so I'll use arc strider to make it so that it actually has a point for you to have low recovery. So that's why I've done it. Okay, so we'll get into the next part of the weapon, the Last Hope. Now, the Last Hope, arguably probably the most scummiest weapon you can use, but it's really good for like these weapons, because it is good for your close ranges, because these weapons, mainly primaries, aren't really the best for close ranges, while the Last Hope is, so that's why you want to use it. So that's why I'm using it, and that's also why have the Mercenaries trickle sleeves, which increases the sidearm ready and reload speed, which is not the best exotic in the game, but it's really good, because if it's just an exotic that you want to use if you're using the Last Hope. It's just one of those exotics, and also it gives you a high mobility, so that's also why I'm using it, so I can get that max mobility. And yeah, that's the Last Hope. If you just use it, it's pretty good. You can probably also use the Rattler. That's probably a good one as well. Maybe, I don't know, because that is a good sidearm if you know how to use it, and it has a higher time to kill than the Last Hope, but there's a whole reason why the Last Hope is so much better. But I'm not gonna get into this video right now, because I only have a limited amount of time to record this, because I don't know, I'm not gonna get into that. But let's move on. So next, for the power, I either use Quick Fang, because Quick Fang, probably one of the best swords in my opinion. I don't know, it just feels better, and you just the way you move, and you can just kill so many enemies. And I don't know, it's just the way axe, it just feels overpowered than other weapons. I don't know why I've used other swords, but I just feel like Quick Fang is better, so that's why I like using it. Another reason I like using this is because I love me some of those Knuckle Raider. So I love to equip Knuckle Raider so I can see where all the other enemies are. But because of this build, I'm not using Knuckle Raider, and I'm actually using these exotics. So I have to find a way so I can actually see other enemies before I go around the corner. So I'll use a sword, pull it out, see around the corner, go in the third person, see around the corner. And so that's how I'll use it, just so I can see around the corner, and if there's an enemy around there, I'll go away. So this weapon is really good, even if you don't have any power armor. It's really overpowered if you know how to use it, and you use it in the correct scenarios. So yeah, that's why I'm using it. But sometimes if I'm feeling a little frisky, I like to use the shock and awe, because this is probably the best fusion rifle in the game, because it's like has really long range, and pretty. It just melts through enemies. That's there's heaps of videos on it. If you want to see a video on it, you can just go search it up. But yeah, that's all you need to do. Just go search it up. And as you can see with the armor pieces, I've just got helmets, increasing the mobility. I got mobility. I got one that increased the recharge rate of when using grenades, when using arc subclass. And that kind of concept where I want to have grenades continuously and constantly, so I can just melt through enemies, and I always have one when there's a group of enemies. So that's why I have this mod on for this armor piece. Then I have another one on my boots, so it doubles the effect, which is really good. And you can I'm not sure, but I think you can only have 2 mods at once. So if you have 3 mods on each armor piece, it won't really matter. I think it doesn't really affect it at all. It only works when it's 2. I'm not sure about that. I just where I've heard it from, so I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Just gonna say. And then we have another one increasing mobility. So I maxed out that mobility. So really good. And as you can see, I have the Crucible shader on it. Because it looks really cool. This is my Crucible build. This is my main Crucible build. So I want to put some Crucible shader on it. So I can show that it's my Crucible build, and so when I play RPs, I can be like, oh wait, that isn't the Crucible color, so I'll just switch my armor piece on. And also, it just looks really good with it, so that's why I'm using it. That's pretty much why. And yeah, that's pretty much everything with this build. Yeah. So I'll just put up some gameplay of me playing with it. Okay, I just got a match, and let's see how this goes. Okay, well, I'm obviously we'll be putting the minor multi-tool on this map, because this map is a long range focus. It's mainly long range. So like before you go on the match, you just look at the map, see if you want to actually use that weapon on the map. Like if you want to use the minor multi-tool or the time one spire, and then you decide, and you choose it just before the match actually starts. Bad boy. Yeah, that's one down. Somewhere in there. Okay. So what you do, you just kind of gotta wait. Shouldn't go out there. Okay. Also, something I forgot to mention is that the 5 resilience counters most, will counter most, weapons. Most weapons won't kill you in the normal way if you have 5 resilience. Like, if you have 3 resilience and you're going up against an Armada, it won't have any difference on how many bullets it takes. But if you have 4 and over, it will have a difference. So yeah, that's why I prefer using it. That's why I like to have some higher than 4, so you can actually get protected from certain resilience. I feel like such a scummy player is playing on this map with the Armada. That's what everyone does. Camp here. There's no one's that joke hole. If you're getting kills, no I didn't. Okay, so he's coming from that direction. Go watch that. He's down. So he's gone ahead and he's down. Okay, some heavy, they've got some heavy, so I should pull back. That's usually what I do. They got a rocket launcher there, so stay away from tight corners and see if you can try and be able to escape. Make it so you're on the outside, so you can jump around and try and stop you from getting shot at from a rocket. Usually it's the best option. You guys use the common sense. Also, try to stay away from that choke on this map when they have a rocket launcher, because you know you don't want to be fired from. It's definitely going to come around the corner. Ah, good. So that was my fault. I forgot to reload my last hope, and I didn't have enough bullets, and also that was a bad position. I wasn't expecting to slide out. Yeah, so that's my fault. We're capturing C. Coming to support this dude. Okay, so and also if no recommendation, if you're playing solo, always go with your teammates. Never go by yourself usually. And you know, because you know that's like the best thing to do. Always go with teammates. You know, teammate. Go with this teammate. You know, because you want a team shot. This game is all about team shotting. So as you can see, if I was by myself, that last step would have absolutely melted me. But because I'm with a teammate, I was actually able to kill that player. Put up here. So again, I did forget to mention, I'm not the best at Crucible, as you can see, but I'm not the best at Crucible. So just because I don't do well with this, like you know, if I don't do well with this, you know, this build, doesn't mean this build isn't good. Because you know it is pretty. Oh, why did I do that? That was a trigger finger. But it doesn't mean this build isn't good, so you should try it anyway. Just try it out. If you have any armor pieces that could easily give it to that, you can do it. And I have seen what actually inspired me to make this build was seeing someone else use a similar build to this. You know, having using Martyr, having a maxed out mobility. He did have he had like zero recovery and like 6 resistance, 7 resistance. I don't remember. But yeah, so I decided to make my own build and see how it works. You know, make a scummy build. Okay, so I think I should push.
Don't be lost.
It's down, I'm gonna jump over top. That's another good thing about this. Okay. Okay, what was it? Oh, okay, that's that one. Yes, that one I probably should have stayed back a bit, wait for my teammate to move in. I didn't notice that, so that was my fault on my behalf. Again, I'm taking points, I'm taking it back. Did not see that goal? Okay. But if you want to get some, really good builds, some good gameplay, some using builds is my boy Crimey. I did something with my friend. He's just a YouTuber I watch. Yeah, so he's a really good PvP player. You know, if you want to watch him, he has some pretty good builds. He is also the kind of person that showed me how this person that he showed me to use high mobility. Because when I first heard about the mobility and how you're supposed to what it actually does, I thought it was pretty much useless. I didn't want to use it at all. But because of his videos, he showed me the light and showed me that mobility is actually really important, and it's actually very important if for you succeeding in Destiny. Okay, that was a bad idea. Push too much. Pull back. Should go this way. Should see if I can try and lead them away from B.
Zone B captured. Zone advantage is yours.
Better run away. He's down. Okay. So yeah, so if anyone pulls a gun, don't go up against them. Unless you have no bomb, then you can. But that's a very rare scenario, so try it. Yeah, so when go around and run away. Best thing to do. So we're gonna take B. Back.
Keep this up and the battle is yours.
Pull back.
You captured Zone B.
I don't really like this map, because there's one chokehold. This map is just made for Martyr. This is why I don't like this map at all. Because it's just a my map that barely encourages any other weapons use. Shit. But why I did that was a bad idea. But this is probably the best map to showcase this build. Because this map was basically built for this build completely. Because there's so many tight corners where you can easily just dip in, dip out. So yeah, this map is completely built. Okay, so now I've got some sword ammo. So the best thing to do is wait. Don't use it straight away. Just wait for them to forget, and then just hide behind corners. That's the best thing to do. So like they're gonna eventually push against you, so behind this corner. now they're both dead. Oh, no. Stupid. Listen, if you didn't know, you can shoot these. Yeah, I don't know why. I just see a lot of people not shooting them. They get stuck and then they start moving away, trying to move out. Well, they could be easily just shooting them. Okay, just gonna wait here.
Seconds remaining.
He's down.
Strength in numbers, Guardian.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing to do at my position. It was probably just gonna be wait, cat and mouse kind of thing. So yeah, that's probably the best thing I was gonna do. Okay, now I have the position to actually push on C with my teammates. Secure that point. Damn, that's my idea. Probably should have went and secured C, but you know, it doesn't matter. We won. Guaranteed one. There's absolutely no way they can pull this back in like game glitches or something. So yeah, there we go. Win.
Good.
There we go. So that was probably just a showcase. Pretty simple showcase of how to do that build. Good, you know, how to use that build best ways. Yeah, I didn't get to showcase the time on Spire. Probably maybe do that another time. Probably not. And yeah, so you know, as I'm a table player, so me getting like forward like that's pretty good for not a good player. So you know, you can obviously see the potential that you can use for this build if you're a really good player. So yeah, so just use this build. It's awesome, it's amazing, it's great, and so you should just use it. You know, try and build one, try and make a build. It isn't that hard. There are a lot of armor pieces where you can easily. There's a lot of like, you know, things you can get armor pieces. This is a very easy exotic to get. You know, you use one of the exotics you were able to choose from Salone. You know, it was one of the exotic pieces you could have chosen. This arm piece you just get from what was it? Where do you get it from? You get it from Ikora and doing her thing, leveling her up. You just get this from opening random packages. This helmet's a Crucible helmet, and I think I don't know where you get this one. It's just, you can use any cape for this. The cloak doesn't specifically matter. Use you know the mod for that, and you can get mods from anywhere. So yeah, I'm just gonna end the video here. Trying this build is pretty good. Sorry I didn't showcase the time on Spire. I apologize for that. So yeah, end the video here. See ya.